Okuplok. Considered by many to be the most difficult Doom map ever created. 23,000 enemies in a sequence of extremely challenging fights. Most players take over 8 hours to beat this slaughter map, and to this day, no one has ever completed it in a single segment. Despite heavy criticism for its design flaws, Okuplok is infamous, there's no denying that, and many players believe the map is beyond their abilities. I'm here to help with that. This is Coincident, and you are watching Okuplok Analyzed. I will explain how, with the right strategies and a bit of practice, you can beat Okuplok without mid-fight save games. Let's begin with the opening fight, the Imp Staircase. It is of easy difficulty when compared to other fights in the map. Before getting to it, there's a bit of platforming to do. These platforms have a cavity in the middle, so if you run from cavity to cavity, you will fall short. The trick is to run from edge to edge in a path that looks like this. Do hurry, because the monsters are already firing at you. Now on to the fight itself. There are 6 threats involved. Threat number 1, the staircase. A precarious piece of terrain that weaves back and forth irregularly. Falling off the edge means certain death, because there's no way to get back up. Space is the most limited resource in this fight. The stairs are filled with hundreds of imps blocking your way to safety at the top. Threat number 2, the imps. Your only weapon is the rocket launcher, so self-damage is a big danger which forces you to move slowly. The imps will fire many short-distance fireballs, not just from the front, but also from behind you. Threat number 3, the mancubi. Their position and attack pattern means there will be mancubi fireballs flying everywhere, and the imps forcing you to move slowly only make matters worse. Threat number 4, the revenants. A minor threat, but if you stand on the edge for too long, homing rockets may cause very high damage. Threat number 5, the archviles. At this corner of the staircase, there's many imps in front of you. If you go through them immediately, the archviles will kill you. They effectively force you to slow down and kill imps from here before going forward. Threat number 6, the pain elementals. At the same spot, a few pain elementals are released. They're very far and it's impossible to kill them here. They add the chaos of lost souls to the fight, an explosive combination with a rocket launcher. The pain elementals effectively force you to speed up and go forward before you're overwhelmed. Do you see the problem here? The archviles force you to slow down, the pain elementals force you to speed up. This contradiction is the big challenge of the fight. So how can we deal with these threats? Threat number 1, the staircase. Use these corners as cover from the mancubi fireballs, even if just partial cover. They're the safest spots to shoot rockets around and dodge imp fireballs. Use them wisely, even if you cannot camp forever. Dealing with threat number 2, the imps. There's an ideal speed to rocket through the imps, but there's no easy way to explain it. You need to practice staggering your movement while looking at how far the explosions are, and improvising your movement to dodge the random imp fireballs. As for firing rockets, there's 2 possible tactics. Tactic 1, deep rocketing. Just aim in a straight line, which is the fastest way forward. But many imps will survive and get behind you. Also, do not aim at the first imp near the wall, but rather at the second. Let the blast damage kill the first imp and you'll be more effective with your rockets. Do not aim at the third imp, because you risk the first one surviving. Tactic 2, wide rocketing. Aim left and right to clear an entire row of imps. This leaves no imps alive behind you, but it's slower, so mancubi fireballs might hit you more. Now, about those mancubi. How do you deal with these fireballs behind your back that you can't even see, let alone dodge? Well, they are less dangerous than you think. The mancubi are shooting down, and their attack has only horizontal spread, not vertical. They aim at the center of Doomguy, which is a bit above the ground, so the vertical trajectory of all fireballs is the same. Every time you take 3 steps up, all previous fireballs miss and hit the floor. Every time you take 1 step down, all the previous fireballs miss and fly over your head. So you're safe as long as you keep moving upstairs at a steady pace. Dealing with threat number 4, the revenants. Just don't stay on the edge for too long, which you want to avoid anyway to not fall down. The inside wall has all the ammo, so you generally want to stay there. Dealing with threats number 5 and 6, the Archviles and Pain Elementals. At this corner, you need to stop and kill imps from a distance, but only for a few seconds before the Lost Souls arrive. I usually fire 8 to 11 rockets from here, but this number is not important. You should look at the imps and decide when to go forward. Always focus your rockets on the left for 2 reasons. 1, because the imps on the right will shield you from Lost Souls. 2, because the left is the shortest path to hide from the Archviles. Once you're here, keep rocketing through the imps, and soon you'll be out into safety. Or rather, into the next fight. Anyway, together, all these ideas become the most common strategy used for this fight. I will call it the push strategy. Use deep rocketing to push through the imps and escape quickly, at the cost of leaving imps alive behind you. Don't worry, you can kill everything later. Also, don't worry about imps falling down. You can also kill them with rockets to the walls later. So here is a full run of the push strategy. If I have enough space, I strafe left and right to try and dodge the fireballs from behind that I can't see. When I reach this corner, I do a small loop to dodge projectiles as I focus the rockets on the left. Now quickly run forward and hide behind the wall. That's it, we're through. This was the push strategy in a nutshell. However, there's a second strategy that I worked on to try and make the fight more consistent and survivable. I will call it the hold strategy. This exact step of the staircase is the key to this new strategy. There's a special line here that releases the Pain Elementals. If you never cross the line, you have time to kill all the imps without dealing with Lost Souls. So first, clear the bottom of the staircase and leave no imps alive behind you. Once you reach the special line, hold your position and then go back. Because you're moving up and down the stairs, most Mancubi fireballs will miss, giving you some space to maneuver. After you repeat this process a few times, you can easily run across. Here is a full run of the hold strategy. I deep rocket my way to the first corner. Then I shoot a few rockets around and wide rocket my way upstairs. If there's 1 or 2 imps behind you, don't worry. They should die to the Mancubi fireballs. Once I reach the special line for the first time, I grab the ammo and immediately turn back. I hide in the middle of this wall and wait as projectiles approach. I start slowly strafing left, and before the fireballs get too close, I run upstairs at full speed. Then I fire exactly 13 rockets and go back down again. 13 rockets is the average amount of time I can stay up here and still have time to move down safely. You can do 12 rockets to be safer, or 14 to be faster. I usually repeat this process 3 or 4 times. Once I see a clear path on the left, I move to the edge to pull the imps right, and then run upstairs at full speed. This was the hold strategy in a nutshell. Now I ran these 2 strategies 20 times each in equal conditions. Can you guess what is the most survivable of the 2 and why? The results might surprise you. pause the video now and write your answer in the comments. All done? Good. Here are my results. The push strategy had a survival rate of 90%. On average, I exit the fight with 86 health left. It's the fastest strategy which uses the least ammo. The hold strategy had a survival rate of 90%. On average, I exit the fight with 58 health left. It's a slower strategy which uses more ammo. Despite my best efforts, I couldn't make the hold strategy any better. It should be a safer strategy to avoid dying when things go wrong, but it exposes me to danger for a longer time. So personally, I prefer the push strategy. It's faster, more aggressive, and I get to the next fight with more health. Of course, bear in mind that these numbers are based on my own playstyle. Results may vary. Try the strategies yourself and see what works best for you. Did this video help you beat the fight? Or perhaps you used another strategy? Please tell me all about it in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Good luck and happy face rockets!